Greetings, everybody. I'm down here in the world of stuff, and I'm just taking piles of comics that I'm trying to organize and put away. So I thought I'd upload a video. I'm taking piles here. The piles are all over the place, and most of them are not even in boxes. So I got to take care of this. So there might be some stuff that I already showed, but probably a lot of stuff that I haven't. Anyway, this I should have. I thought I might have shown this on somebody else's channel. In fact, I know I did, but it's Leave It to Binky, number 22. And it has a clear, I think it's from 1951. I'm pretty sure it's from 51. It has a clear backer board because I like the ad in the back. So those clear backer boards are nice to have, but they're expensive. They're about, like, I don't know. When I got them because I did a promo. I mean, not a promo. I did a like a review of them, and they sent me several of them. But they cost around $1.25 then, so they might even be more expensive now. But they're fairly sturdy. And of course, you're not going to use them on all your comics. You're going to use them on comics that you find have an interesting, back cover, like this. Tom McGann. That's where my parents always took me to buy shoes. I know I mentioned that in one of the previous videos, or on somebody else's channel where I showed it, maybe. But yeah, so that's pretty nice shape too. Anyway. And wait a minute, this I showed in the last video, didn't I? The Vault of Horror. I will show an EC Comics. This is 29. Oh yeah, Ray Bradbury. I did. I did show this in the last video. What I didn't mention though in the previous video was about Ray Bradbury. Back in the early 50s, EC was, swiping and stealing a lot of Ray Bradbury stories. So he got, wind of it. And he wrote them a letter, but not a threatening letter, kind of a nice letter. And Gratu talked about this in a couple of his videos when he was mentioning this as well. I think it was maybe around 1951. This particular book is from 1953. So I think it was earlier than this, of course, 1950 or 51. And in that letter he wrote them, he said, he basically said that, I don't remember exactly the detail of the letter, word for word, but he said he wanted to remind them of an oversight on his part, that he hasn't gotten his secondary payments yet for a couple of stories that they published, or for the secondary use of a couple of stories that they had published. And he said, I'm sure this is an oversight on your part because of your busy day-to-day activities in your offices or whatever, and he looks forward to the payment of $50 in the near future. Something to that effect. Of course, they paid it, very quickly, because, can you imagine being able to publish a Ray Bradbury story for $25? I mean, come on. So they paid him very quickly and then started to credit him, of course. I thought that was very interesting. Ray Bradbury, of course, did the author of the Martian Chronicles, and big book of his was Fahrenheit 451. Let's see what else I got here to show you very quick. This is going to be a short video. The Haunt of Fear number 15. This is, Graham England. Graham Ingalls. What year is this from? I don't even have a date on this here. I just looked at it too. I think, oh, my birth year, 1952. Graham Ingalls, who often called himself Ghastly. And that's how he signed his name sometimes on the covers. Ghastly. Got to have a nice cup of coffee. This is not Dunkin' Donuts. It's my own. I bought this at Dunkin' Donuts, but it's my own coffee. Oh, I showed this before, but not recently. Haunt of Fear number 21. Let me take it out of the... I got 2 backer boards on this. I always smell them because sometimes I have to replace them if they start to get too heavy in the odor. Oh, this is in great shape though. I'm happy to have this in the shape that it's in. Haunt of Fear number 21. What's interesting about this book is, what did I say the year was? I didn't. It was 1953. This has a double cover. Back in the 70s, you know, double covers, you found something with a double cover, it was considered a defect and people didn't want it. Now they're highly sought after and very expensive. And when you get these graded, they grade each cover. It's crazy, but you know, that's the way it is, see? Haunt of Fear and Haunt of Fear. Microchamber paper. There's a splash page. There's the back cover. Is this Graham Ingalls? Did I say it was Graham? Yeah, it's Graham Ingalls. I didn't say it was, and it doesn't. Oh yeah, he did sign it here. He signed it Ghastly. See that? Right down there, under the Crypt Keeper. I think I'm gonna have to replace these backer boards on here, but for now, I won't do that now. I don't want to waste too much time. I'm recording this, what is it, Sunday, let's sakes, what, I don't even know what damn, ow! Today's the 24th? Today's the 24th, Sunday the 24th. Also, I think I just a little earlier was texting with Grot too. He's going to be doing a live stream, so I might go on there after I get this uploaded. So you might want to check that out. That was Gassy Graham Ingalls. Now this is what, number 24 of crime suspense stories. I don't think I've shown this yet. And this is in the original Mylars. The first Mylars that I ever bought. These are My Lights, because they were so expensive. This was back in the 1980s, like 1982 or something, when Ernie Gerber had just started selling these. I think it was right around that time. And it's even got one of his backer boards on there, the original acid-free backer boards. They weren't white at that time. I think this was the color. They were kind of yellowish, cream in color, as compared to acid-free backer boards today. Wait a minute, what the hell? Oh, this is oh man, it's interleaving paper that's been buffered. It's acid-free, or acid-neutral, I should say. So here's the original board from Ernie Gerber, and they were kind of cream in color, and then these are the newer ones. This was not a whiteboard that aged to this color. This was actually the color of the board. It might be a little bit darker, of course, after all that time, but this really was the color. So, get it out of this. Is the My Light, the original My Light, and the original acid-free board from E. Gerber. There it is again. Who does the cover in this? I don't even know. Oh, Evans. We don't often hear too much about him. It's what was his first name? George Evans? He signed it right there. Got a nice crease. Oh, it's got a nice long tear in there too. See that? That's too bad. Here's what I paid for it at the time when I bought it back in, oh, probably bought it back in 1980 or something, 10 bucks. And that's the handwriting. Where I bought this at Larry Sherritt, owner of Larry's Comics. One of the first ones to open up a store. Either him or Joe Zarno were the first. They were both the first ones to open up stores in Chicago. And I still see Larry once in a while. I go over to his place where he lives and hang out and look at some of his stuff that he still has and make some purchases. I gotta give him a call. Here is a Crime Suspense Comics number 26. Also bought at the same time. The original. I gotta take the tape all the way off and get rid of it. I think this is the first time this has been coming out of this My Light bag since that time. This one is in not too bad a shape, you know. I think this is a Cayman cover. Where's it from? This is from 1955. Yeah, he signed it here. Where's it down there? See it right there? Under his elbow. And of course the turn a chump into a champ, you know, Charles Atlas ad. These were so great. Number 26. Put it back in this bag for now. These were great comics, the EC. I think that in some cases, the Harvey, not everybody's going to agree with me. And but in some cases, the Harvey stories were even more gruesome and just as good. Not all of them, a few of them were just as good as the ECs, and maybe some even better than some of the EC stories. Not every EC story was great. The artwork wasn't always at the top-notch form. Most of the time it was, but at any rate, this is number what, 4? Number 14. What did I have a? Oh, this is not even in a bag or a board. Holy crap! It's not even bagged and boarded. From 1951. Well, that's kind of messed up. I don't even, man, I don't know. There's the back cover. Well, it sure would be nice to have a camera that focused properly all the time. That's always a problem I seem to have down here. Let me show you the splash page is nothing to speak of, but it has Johnny Krieg artwork. Well, that's got to get bagged and boarded, of course. Then the last crime suspense that I have here is number 18. Let me take it out of here. Where did I buy this? I bought this one at Chicago Comics at a much later date, $55. If I would have bought this back around 1980, 81 or so from Joe Zarno or Larry, I would have paid about 10 or 15 bucks. And in the 70s at the conventions, I probably would, or even at the store, I would have paid even less than that in the 70s. But this, if I remember this right, this is Johnny Krieg, and I think Marie Severin does the colors. If I remember it right, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure I'm right that Marie Severin did the colors on this. Oh, be very careful, will you bloody fool? It's always so... See, this is the reason why I gotta... You should always take the... When you're putting the comic back in to the bag, And the board, always pull the board out a little bit if you're not putting a new board in there. And then you slide it in there. And then push it in like that. Carefully so you don't do any, you know, do any paper cuts. Paper cuts. Okay, this, I just got this recently. This is a recent addition to the world of stuff here. This is a Blue Bolt. Number, I don't know what the overall number is. I'd have to check on the Grand Comics database. But it is volume 9, number 7. Curtis distributed. It's from 1949. Volume 9, number 7. "52 pages of adventure, all in color for a dime." It was pulled out of a... I gotta get these organized. And then this is another... I showed all the Shadow comics that I had, but I came across another one I didn't know I had. Another copy of Shadow number 1. You can, I mentioned this before, that in the first issue he was the pulpy character from the 1930s, but by the second issue he turned into a superhero. And they're not that expensive to get. You can still buy them and complete the run because there's only 7 issues, or 8 issues, I think. I don't have number 5 because for some reason that book is more expensive than all the other ones. I don't know why. Paul Ryman was on the cover, did all the covers to it. Let me take a look at this. Yeah, I showed this. Pretty sure. I showed all of these. Didn't I? Yeah, I showed all of these. Oh, this was such a cool ad, you know. It's from the Shadow. I showed this already in the last video. That is so cool, that ad there. And that, of course, is the Shadow number 7. I was making fun of him. He looked like the Kingpin going out on Halloween as Plastic Man. Yeah, these are all shown there. I was wondering where this went, and I showed this too, you know. Custer's Last Fight from Avon. It's number 1, and I think this was a... I believe it was a single issue, like a one-shot from 1950. Sheriff of Tombstone. That's got to go with my Charlton comics upstairs. 1961. Black Diamond. Ooh. That's Lev Gleason. Yeah, Lev Gleason. It's from excuse me, 1952. The year I was born. The cover on here is I'm out of focus. The cover on here is by Dick Hardwell. I mean, I meant Dick Rockwell. I meant Dick Rockwell. Oh my God. Then I got a straight arrow. Oh Lord, what are those days? I'm wondering if Jambo showed this in Graphic Man when he was on one-on-one with Graphic Man. Fred Mayer, I think is the guy's name. Fred Mayer, straight arrow. This is number 45. This is a cool book. This is number 1, Fighting Indians of the Old West. It's number 1. I don't remember the year. I didn't write it down. I'm not sure of the year. And I don't remember. I think this has Howard, not Howard Nordstrom, Howard, Howard Larson artwork. Some nice, woman, well, I don't know what you would call a good girl art. Pretty scantily clad there. Clad, I mean. You ever notice how they're always, 95% of the time, the women are like, probably 90% of the time, I'm pretty sure, are blonde hair with red dresses. This has got to be, I got to check the year on this now. And I got to get this thing re-bagged and boarded. $1952, another one from the year I was born. I remember I did show this in one, probably on the 4-color fossils. I remember talking to people, telling them how this is, they're showing the Indians the way they actually did appear, the way their skin color was more brown, not red, That's why I'm always referring to them as red rascals, because they really weren't red. These I know I should. These I found in the pile. I was surprised I didn't put these away with my Batman comics right away, because this is a Raj Al Ghul cover from 1972. It's Neil Adams, of course. These two, this is the first Lazarus Pit, and this is signed by Neil Adams, first Lazarus Pit. Raj Al Ghul. And this is also signed by, I had this signed by Neil Adams back, when was it? Did I write that down? No. I forgot, man. It's about maybe 8 years ago. 8 or 9 years ago. This is a cover swipe. This is the famous cover swipe of Detective number 31 from 1939. I'm trying to get the glare out of there. I end up taking it out of the bag again. From 1939. Detective Comics. This is the cover swipe from Detective Comics 39. 31 from 1939. It's got a nice crease going across there. I seem to love a lot of these creases lately, don't I? What else do I get? How far in am I anyway? I don't even know. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Well, these I gotta put away. Oh, these I got a board, man. I got a bag and board these. These are Calling All Kids. Sponsored by Parents Magazine. Merry frickin' Christmas. Come on, are we gonna focus properly or not? These are taller than usual. Than a regular comic. There you can buy about a ½ inch. I wrote that on the back there. Look at this. This is... I can put this thing right there. See that? It looks like about a ½ inch taller. Oh, another thing what I do, when I get these, if I have these signed, comic book signed, I always put like a gold, some kind of a sticker on the cover so that I know right away, here's a comic that's been signed. Because I got tons of comics in the boxes and I can't always remember what's signed and what isn't. I don't keep them in a separate box of signed books. I just file them where they're supposed to go and have a label on them so that I know what's been signed. And then I make my notes that I have to make on the back. So this is cool. Now this requires a taller backer board, which I have right here. I can cut this down, see? This is just wide enough. It's extra tall. I have to cut it. But what these boards are, these are kind of thin. These were packaging boards that were the Mylar bags came in from from E. Gerber. This would be on the bottom of the 100 pack Mylars. This is what was in there, and I kept them because it's acid free too. And I always knew I'd have a use for them somehow, and now I do for these. And here's another one. Calling All Kids, number 16. January 1948. The month of my birthday, January. It's my birthday month. $1948. So let me another one here. At least now I got a bag I can put them in. I mean a backer board. Okay, I got 3 more books I'm going to show, and then that'll be it. These are recent editions too. This is these are all pre-code Atlas comics. Pre-code Marvel, pre-code Atlas. Is this number 8? Yes, number 8. The Lizard Man. I don't know who does the covers on these. Carl Burgos, I think. Let's see if he signed it. I don't know. This looks like a Carl Burgos cover. This is a Joe Manili cover. This is number 29. I don't know the year unless I pull it out of there, but oh, is that his signature? Sure is. I just saw that. Right there where my finger is. Above that skeleton there. See that? Joe Manili. I hate the glare, you know. Might as well take it out. I don't get a much better view of this. Fantastic. Fantastic. Careful now. And the last one here I'm going to show is Mystic number 10. I'm going to take it out of the bag because I can more properly present it. Find out what the find out what the year is in this. My birth year, 1952. What's going on? Oh, this focusing thing that bothers me more than anything else on the camera. And not knowing who did the cover art, that's the second most bothersome thing to me. But somebody will probably write it in the comments. That's that. Oh, there's a couple over here yet. What time? 40 minutes. Well, couple of Flash comics. These are comics that I'm not. These are the only Flash comics that I'm gonna keep because they're giant size. I keep the giant size. This is regular Flash comic number 96. From 1970. But it's giant number 70. Giant number 70. I want to see if I can't get a complete collection of the giants. I already have like 1, 2, the first, I think I got the first 10. And then so many in between that. In between 10 and the last, I don't know how many issues there were. 128 or something like that. Here's 80-page giant number 21. And Flash number 160 of the regular series. Lane 999. Turn it upside down. You got 666. Don't take your race into that lane because there's liable to be trouble there. Laps. 999. Not lane. I said lane. Lane brain. 999 laps. Which equals 666, which means he's in for a lot of trouble. Yeah, it's gonna be a short video. That's all what I got here. I got some other stuff I'm gonna. Oh, this Wednesday, the let's see, that's the 24th, the 27th on Graphic Man Comics. I'm going to be on there with Graphic Man, and we're going to show real funny books that are actually really funny books, funny animals, and other funny books. So if you guys want to see that, tune in on Graphic Man Comics channel. I'll leave the link in the description. And that's going to be on this coming Wednesday. What did I say? The 27th at 7 p.m. Central Time. And we'll be showing stuff like this, you know. Frisky Fables. Yes, indeed. Well, I got other stuff I gotta do. I don't even know if I can make it on. Ratu's got a live stream going on. this afternoon. So I was going to upload this and then go on his live stream, but I don't know if I can make it. I'm supposed to go to the CPA at 4 o'clock. My wife might go on her own. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, and be sure to check out Graphic Man Comics on Wednesday night, the 27th at 7 p.m. Central, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, and of course that would be 5 o'clock for all you dingleberries that haven't left California yet. I'm just kidding about that, you know. Anyway, till then, live long, be well. See you next time.